Hello, beautiful, sassy ladies. I am back doing another Facebook Live. So it's been a pretty great and hot week so far here in Alice Springs. It was like something ridiculous, like 44 degrees yesterday. But you know, the funny thing about living here, because the weather is so dry, it's not that bad actually compared to where we used to live. So, and certainly when you're inside with the aircon on, you don't really feel any different. So I'm really enjoying that. So today I want to talk about how to get the man and the love you want. And the main thing we're going to focus on today is a very common question that I get asked, and that is, how do you lean back and stay in your feminine power and get a man to chase you? So sometimes women will want to know, okay, so I'm leaning back, I'm focusing on myself, but is there something more I can do? Is there something more I can do so he is chasing me? Because maybe your guy only messages you here and there and you don't see a lot of progress, and you're wondering, well, is there something else I can do? Or is there something more I can do, right? So before we get started, I want to let you know that if you want to take this work that I'm talking about and go deeper with it and really get the results you want, you may want to apply for coaching with me. And all you have to do to get that information is go to katiecoach.com, okay? Now, one of the reasons women ask this question is because they're worried, right? They're worried that if they lean back too much, they focus on themselves too much, that the guy will just disappear, or the guy will just lose interest, okay? They're very afraid of that. So as I was talking about in yesterday's video, that is mostly your fear talking. It's not actually what will happen. In today's video, I want to talk about how to really lean back the correct way and really stay in your feminine power in a way that really helps him come forward, right? Come forward. And by the way, when I say these strategies, it's not just going to happen in one day, right? It's going to happen over a period of time. And we don't want to try to, jump forward too much and get impatient either. Okay, so the first thing is we have to forget to think about him and forget to miss him, okay? Put him out of our minds. Now, this is really, really important. Now, some of you ladies are not contacting the guy, you're not texting him, you're not reaching out to the man you want, but you're staying at home and you're spending a lot of time thinking about him, okay? At least 50% or more of the time, more of your mental energy is going towards that man, okay? Leaning back is about leaning back energetically, which means your mental energy, okay, as well, okay? So where our attention goes, your actions will naturally follow. So even though you're not doing anything right now towards him, if you're sitting there thinking about him, eventually, you know what's going to happen? You're going to send that text, you're going to lean in a bit more and then a little bit more, right? We naturally do it. We can't help it because that's where your attention is. So the trick is to divert your energy or divert your mental energy elsewhere, right? And when I say forget about him, I don't mean you're going to forget about him forever. But right now, when you're trying to lean back and really, radiate feminine power, that's exactly what you need to do, okay? So here are my advice of how to do that. Number one, you need to start rain dating, okay? And start a dating funnel. So rain dating is like it's raining men, right? There's an abundance of men out there in the world, and all you need to do is just step into it. Okay, that's the idea of rain dating. There's an abundance of men. There's more than you need, actually, if you're willing to go out there and step into the rain. And having a dating funnel simply means, okay, you're not going to get everybody or the rain, right? And date everybody. Of course not. But you're going to catch a couple of them, right? You're going to go and attract, you want to get 2 to 4. 2 to 4 is a good number of men in your dating funnel that you can rotate in between. Okay, these are guys that are going to help disperse your mental energy. So you're not just thinking about that one man. Now you're going to be talking to multiple guys, and they're going to help you, because you can't be thinking about talking to this guy, answering this guy, and be thinking about that guy you really want at the same time. They cannot occupy the same space in your brain. So that's why we want at least 2 to 4 guys that you're also speaking to, flirting with, going on dates with, to spread out that mental space. So it's not just him that's taking up all that space in your brain. Okay, very important. Second tip, you want to say yes to every opportunity that comes your way. Okay, so a friend says, oh, there's an event happening next week. You go, yes, immediately. Let's do that. Okay, someone else suggests, oh, I've been thinking about going camping, they'll just make a suggestion. You go, yes, let's do that. Okay, you start saying yes to every opportunity that is coming your way. And what you're doing is you're filling up your calendar with a lot of colorful things to do, right? Events to go to, people to meet. The most important thing here is people to meet. You need to be around new people. You need to be talking to new people, because the object of your desire is a person, right? A man. You want to talk to him, but when you are surrounding yourself with other people, multiple people, and you're having conversations with multiple people, your brain can more naturally direct that attention elsewhere. Okay, it's harder to do it if you just turn towards reading books or, putting your head in work, because we're still distracted, right? We can still be thinking about that man. But it's easier when you're surrounded by people and surrounded by lively conversations and interactions. It's an easier way to occupy your mental space. And the last tip is you want to embrace every door that have now opened up in his place. Okay, so where you would normally spend the weekend with him, going out and doing stuff with him, now that he is not there, now you have all these new opportunities. Okay, now you can go out to this new event or meet these people or learn new skills, right? A lot of women that come to me, they come to me because they're missing a guy or they want a man. And what they're doing instead is they're putting all that energy onto them and developing the skills they need to have a better relationship in the future. So they're developing communication skills, how to properly communicate with a man. They're, learning how to be in a dating skills, right? Relationship skills, how to understand men more. All of these skills are so important when it comes to creating that great relationship with a man. And all of those skills you probably wouldn't have went out to seek if he was still in the picture, right? We want to embrace that. We want to embrace all the learning and the growing and all the self-development that is now taking place in place of that guy, okay? And really, really embrace that. Embrace it with open arms, because that is where we can start really elevating ourselves up and evolving ourselves into the best version of ourselves and into the woman we want to be. Okay, so I have an interesting story to share about that. And before I talk about that, once again, if you're serious about getting that man and developing the skills you need to really have a great relationship with that man you really want, then you may want to consider coaching with me. All you have to do is go to katiecoach.com. Okay, katiecoach.com. I'll leave the link down below, okay? Or someone can type the link down below. Right, so back to the story. So back in my 20s, I had my first relationship with my first boyfriend ever, and I was really codependent on him, okay? Really, I was just like a baby when I look back on it. I didn't know how to do anything on my own. So it was so bad, I couldn't leave the house without him. I couldn't catch a bus without him. I couldn't do anything without him by my side. You know, I was very shy growing up, and he was very outgoing and talkative. So I just wanted him there to like speak for me, basically, and do things for me, because it was easier to do that. But I was also extremely miserable in that relationship. I was miserable because, you know, there were things I wanted to do. Some days I wanted to go out and do stuff and try things, you know, explore. And he wouldn't want to do any of that. He just kept saying, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And I was miserable. And it wasn't his fault. You know, it wasn't his responsibility to take me out into the world. It was mine. But I felt stuck, and I was really keeping myself stuck, mainly due to my low self-esteem. Okay, I just didn't have the confidence to go out there into the world and really do what I wanted to do. So it was only after that relationship ended, that was when I really started to grow as a person and gain those life skills. Now, I look at every single one of my past relationships as a stepping stone towards the woman I have become now. Like, I've learned all those skills because I have failed those other relationships. You know, it's like we get to where we want to be by not getting what we want, right? It's the times when we don't get what we want, that's when we get the skills or gain the skills to become the woman that can actually get, you know, the man that we want, or like the next level in life. So I really truly believe that. And if you look back in your past, you will probably see a lot of growth, you know, probably after relationship breakups, because that's often where we grow the most. We grow through the pain of that breakup from losing that person. Okay, so that is the gist of what I wanted to say. So let me recap what I've talked about. If you want that man and you're just thinking and thinking and thinking about him, you're not doing it right. Okay, leaning back is about leaning back energetically. It's about managing your mental energy. So if you're spending 50% of your time thinking about him, even though you're not actually contacting him, you're not doing it right. Okay, because eventually you're going to start leaning in towards him, because where our attention goes, your actions will naturally follow. That's just how it works in life. So what you want to do is you want to start forgetting about him, forget to think about him, forget to miss him. You can do that by dating other people. Okay, start a dating funnel of 2 to 4 men, and start saying yes to every opportunity to go out and meet people, be around people, to socialize and practice being present as well. I really embrace every new door that has now opened up in his place, in that man's place. And the beautiful thing with that is, as soon as you start to forget about a man and you stop thinking about him, he just pops up on the phone, right? That's when he pops up. And it's interesting, I was thinking about this. I have a beautiful relationship with my husband, and I spend very little time thinking about him during the day. You know, if I think about a daily basis, a weekly basis, I spend very little time thinking about him. And yet he absolutely adores me and loves me. So it makes me think, men love it when you're not thinking about him. He knows when you're not thinking about him, and he loves that, right? So don't think about him. He can feel the difference. So when he does message you, you know, not only do you have a lot of things you can share now of what you've been up to, he will feel that you haven't been thinking about him clearly. And now he's going to want to chase you and desire you naturally. Okay, so that's how it works. It's very counterintuitive, I know, but you just have to trust in this process and do it. Okay, so guys, thank you for watching this video. And once again, if you want to go deeper in these concepts that I'm talking about, you know, I barely just scratched the surface of all of these things. If you want to go deeper on them, do apply for coaching with me. You can go to katiecoach.com, book a time to speak with me and really get to know each other, and we can really take your love to that next level, okay? So that's all from me. I will talk to you later. Bye, girls.